Exchange Bell's Corners edition on this fine June 24th, 2024. We just got a little bit of rhythm there. So, what's going on? Well, we're not going to be here next week, just FYI. So, because we're taking the week off because of July 1st, that's part one. So, you can show up, it'll just be really lonely. I'm going to share a screen and going to give you some stats and what's going on in the land of Phoenix. And you should be seeing a screen share coming up ever so shortly. And is it presenting? I'm waiting for the head nod. Sam. Okay, Lana, thank you so much. All right, so the Phoenix website, if you're looking from the outside in, it's pbex.ca, and the information is in that particular space. Member of the week is Q. She is on the Thursday group, and she does different types of insurances. And if you're looking to get into this meeting today, just click on this red button that says Monday morning, 8 a.m. to 9. And that's where we will be having this meeting. It just takes you right into Zoom. There's a Wednesday morning meeting that's happening, the East End version of it. Thursday morning, although we are going to be normally 8 to 9 Thursday, same idea. But this coming Thursday, we are going to be at the River Lounge. So then we have July 2nd, the After Hours meeting group. It's a 1 hour thing. All members of Phoenix are welcome to come to that. And it's from 7 to 8, and that's headed up by Penny Lee. Then we have East Trade Winds this Tuesday that's coming up. We are not meeting between July 1 and August 31st. We might have some special events coming up, but this is the end of the season, and we're taking some time off. So just East Trade Winds. Next one's tomorrow. And by the way, the guest speaker is Tony. Then we have Tune In with Tony on June 28th at 1:30. It's a meditation hour, and you're more than welcome to roll into that space and just get that kind of chill vibe in your going in your day. Penally's got a dancing, moving to heel neo classes, and if you're feeling sedentary, she'll unsedent you. Here we have the South End in-person meeting at River Lounge, June 27th at 7:30. So no Zoom. Yeah, it's an in-person session if you're showing up. East End meeting at Dave's Place on July 10th at 11:30. So that particular one, and when we can reconvene in July, we will have a morning session as well as a midday session. And I believe that the food of choice is going to be brisket. Golf. Everybody likes to talk about golf. Yes, I can see that in your eyes. So we have a 9-hole game coming up. Please feel free to sign up to play. You can invite somebody to come in and play. You know what? If you have suppliers, invite them. Maybe they want to play a round of golf with you, or get a foursome out and just come get out there. We have sponsorship availabilities in that space. Everything from $100 just to get you a flag sponsor, to get you identified as a business that's out there, is really inexpensive for the marketing piece. Besides, anything that goes into this space, we will now echo it afterwards, prior to the launch. So if you become a sponsor, we'll beat the drums. First off, like Norm's already contributed money to this. Steve has contributed money. Eric Pinot is put in a sponsorship for Longest Drive. And then we have Ema and we have Dwight, and they're also providing support and service in that space. Ema is doing the photography. Dwight's providing some food at the game. And just to kind of spin us along here, a QR directory for all members. If you want to find somebody, you want to know where somebody is, click that. And what that means is the QR directory, that's a quick and easy way to transfer information to someone's cell phone. And it's an e-card, and you see the QR code behind me. Same deal. It's your business card. Makes transactions that much faster and easier for your clients or your contacts to reach you. So what's been going on inside of the Phoenix space? $89,120 worth of business has been conducted this year between members alone. 4.6 million worth of business has been done since 2016. E-cards, 4,861 hits. Now, keep in mind, you have the QR code and a URL. Put it at the bottom of your email signature. That way, people, when they click it, they can get several different ways from Sunday to get a hold of you, and your marketing message goes out there. Referrals year to date, 271. BAMs, business activity meetings, that's where we meet between each other, 279. What's the important of a BAM? Well, you know what? If something's happening in your life, let's say Sam can be talking about breaks, whatever, or Eric can be talking about taxes because Eric loves talking about taxes. He loves the tax man. He loves giving them all the money he can, says not. Or Josh talks about, what's smart in the IT world, what's not smart in the IT world. Or Norm can be talking about, what's going on in life and, the honey-do list. I'm not going to take anybody's thunder away. I'm going to swing over. Tony, who's doing the educational minute today?
I will do that today.
All right, over to you, sir. Oh, I'll stop share, by the way. Sorry.
Okay. One thing I wanted to talk about today is that got a member a couple of weeks ago, just before I headed off to Hungary, and they were saying that business was down. And when I looked at their stats, and they actually did only about two BAMs. Now, what a BAM is, just for those that are visiting, it's a business activity meeting. It is that special time where two members get together and they have their own personal meeting. In some cases, it'll last half an hour, an hour. In my case, when people come over, it's about 2 hours or more. So I'll usually sample them with either a tuning session or a little bit of things that I do. And it gives an opportunity for us to be able to show more than what we can show in 60 seconds or online. When you meet with another member, you find out, oh, I didn't know you did wood burning. I didn't know that your side gig, you paint pets that maybe have been passed on, and people can just show you a photo. And we have couple of members that do that. And you just show them a photo of a pet, and they could paint it on canvas. And I didn't know that they did that. So this is another way that we could expand what we can do with other people. Because during the meeting, sometimes they can only have one category. Like Lana, she has the real estate category, but she does a lot of other great things. One of them is face painting. She made me look like Paul Stanley one time. We went to a 1980s show, and I wanted to get all dressed up, and I had a Kiss T-shirt, and I was looking for something. She says, "I do that." I says, "You do," and it was wonderful. People still talk about it. But these are some of the things that you do in a BAM. You would never know these things until you meet with them one on one. And you can do it in many ways. I mean, one way, of course, is virtual, if that's the only way. But a great one is if you can meet at a restaurant. It's face to face is the best because you can see all the delicate ways that they might do things, and the smile, and it's just way different when you're face to face with somebody. The other thing is when you find out that they have a dog or they have kids and they have various things, try and find out what their birthday is. Find out what the kid's birthday is. Write them down. Imagine what it's like for an 11-year-old to get a birthday card from someone in Phoenix and it's actually for them. They open it up and it's like, who is this person? And it's another way, Steve and other people that are in the media, especially Josh, will tell you about touch points. These are all points that your name comes up at certain times. And so when a letter comes in, it's a big deal for an 11-year-old. Or if another member gets one, I try and do that. So when I see that someone has had an anniversary, I'll usually try and send a card, or yes, online I could send a happy anniversary or a happy birthday. That's always nice. But in some way, what you're trying to do is get your impression out there, and you start with the Phoenix members first. If you have at least 11, 12 people within your group, like we have here, there's no reason why every one of those should have received a BAM from you. So it's just a matter of calling them up. When are you free? I want to talk. I want to schedule a business activity meeting. know more about you. I want to know, a little bit about your home and stuff. Especially Lana, she would want to know. She's a professional at looking at people's homes, and she can just look around and she could say, you know what, if you ever decide to sell this place, let me know because there's some tweaks that I can help you with. And that's it. That's all all it is there. And even people that are in the insurance or the real estate as well, you can go into other groups. It's just that you're going to be talking more about their business, and because they know what you do. It's all a very subtle way of just getting your name out to as many of those people as possible, because you would never know when someone way on the west end would want to list their home, someone who's local. Somebody coming from Cumberland or somebody coming from a far distance to show a home might not be the most optimal to be able to show a home effectively, because, like realtors, they put a lot of mileage on their cars, and there's a reason for that. And it's because they got to get to all these places. So how does that work for you? When you look at the various things, start with the Phoenix members first by doing a BAM. One thing that we know for sure, and stats don't lie. Even the latest stats for today, it was so far the business since we've done in the beginning of the year, we've had 274 referrals this year, and BAMs are 279. Like, how do you make that up? The BAMs and the referrals are so close. And it's not like we're scheduling a business call or a sales call. It's just that we're talking. Somebody then hears about whatever you're going through. And we know that when an idea comes up, within about 68 seconds of looking at a certain thing, whatever that is, different ideas come in. And when you first tell someone, do you know anybody that's selling their home? No, not really. Do you know anybody that needs any work on their car, or if there's a wedding coming up that needs a photographer and a handyman, and so on and so on? Not really. But as soon as they start talking about it, all of a sudden your mind starts to go, actually, there is somebody. We do this sometimes in our Rev meeting when we are looking for referrals, and we talk about it, and we said, give me something specific. When you start talking about it, said, actually, I know two people, and I didn't really know that. Reminder, it's just a good reminder. So when you schedule a BAM, schedule it at, ask them things like, what kind of business do you not want? Maybe Ema doesn't want to do shots for weddings. There are some photographers that will not do weddings. And find out if Ema does that. Because you might be all excited that, Ema, I got a referral for you for weddings. And she says, no, I don't do those. Oh, okay. So it's good to know those things, that people, what they don't want. Because we always try and give them what they do want. But just some subtle things. What are some of the things that I should look for when someone's talking about either a house or what is a good referral for you? What is the best referral you ever had? And then you get a picture of, okay, and then you do the same thing. You do the things you don't want and things you do want. And what was your best referral you ever got? Mine, I did several years ago. Oh, man, years ago, it was over 10, 12 years ago. I was on Experts on Call on CFRA, and that one show, I ended up with one client in the whole thing. And that was good enough. But then he kept doing business with me. And over the last 12 years, and I've noted this, it's over $30,000 worth of business through this one person. So you don't need a lot of people. Like, don't get sucked into various funnels and things that you have to pay for to get a lot of leads. You don't need a lot of leads. You just need one that loves you and realizes that you are the best thing for anyone's business, and they are rooting for you. You have one of those, you'll end up with 20 people that now like you, and that now you're constantly doing business with. I'm actually going for coffee tomorrow with this one person. They always keep in touch. And so it's marvelous. So do a BAM, start going through your list of people that are in your group, and schedule a BAM with them. If you haven't done a BAM in at least a year, do another one. Because as the BAMs start going up, so do the referrals. It's not by accident. So try that. Okay. Thanks, Bernie.
Tony, thank you so much. So, folks, the LinkedIn Live post. So, if you want to post your contact details, you're more than welcome. That is the LinkedIn Live. So, put your details in there. So, now we're going to do a round robin of, we'll start off with the members of this group, and I will start off with Josh and then Dwight and then Shane. Josh, over to you, sir. What's been going on?
Hey, Bernie. Not much. This week has been not much. I've just had like 6 sales calls in the last week. And so we're looking at a whole lot of things going on at Sterling Grace Tech right now. We've got some FTE potential customers that are looking for a dedicated programmer resource. We've got a couple people who are interested in some websites. I met with our illustrious Lana Burnley last week, and we're talking about websites and integration with MLS. We've got a new potential tech support customer out of Brockville. So yeah, it's we've had a whole lot of calls in the last week that have hit on a lot of the different corners of our business. And so basically, when you're looking to work with us, we are interested in getting to know how you run your business. We're your technology partners, and we're looking for ways technology and automation can make things faster, smoother for you and your customers, make you more scalable than you've ever been before. So that instead of doing the job that only, you're a one-man, one-woman show, you can look like you're a 3 or 4 person show and be able to leverage tech and repeatability in a way that lets you build relationships and get more money and more free time and less stress. Josh Lamb, Sterling Grace Tech. Let me know if you want your tech to make you money. Thanks.
Josh, thank you so much. I've also put in the chat some of the businesses we're looking to have come in, and Landscaper is apparently one of them that's coming up. And I think Tony's going to ask Josh about BAMs and referrals.
Any activity there, bud?
Well, yeah. So I had a meetup with Lana last week, which
that's right, yeah.
I'm working on an estimate for her right now. So some interesting chats for sure.
You're also doing stuff with me as well.
Yes, and I did
You're
some
also doing
stuff.
stuff
So
with me.
Ema and I didn't have a BAM, so to speak, but I did help her out with an issue over the weekend. So hopefully, Ema, are you okay now? If you're not, let me know in the chat.
So. I think so. We'll talk later. Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Plus, Josh also presented at East Trade Winds last week.
That's true.
And we'll go over to Dwight and then Shane. Dwight, go ahead, sir.
Morning, everyone. You can hear?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to pop in. It's been quite busy on our side. Doing a lot of catering, a lot of vending. Again, I'm Dwight, Dwight and Nicole from Taste Sweet Life Catering. We specialize in catering vegan Caribbean food. As I mentioned, we do a lot of vending. Over the past month and a half, we've been at a venue pretty much on a weekly basis, whether or not it's 613 Flea, which is Lansdowne Pavilion, or we've been over in Carlton Place. This past weekend, we did a few private catering session. Plus, we were catering for a yoga festival on Saturday, which went from 8 till 5, and then we had another one yesterday, which got rained out, which was okay because we had to recover from the past week of vending. However, yes, as you mentioned, over the next summer, we got quite a few activities planned, and again, pretty much on a weekly basis, Saturday or Sunday, we'll be out just catering to the clients' needs. And from that, we've picked up a few clients, and we'll be doing quite a bit. So hopefully we'll be able to, I guess, get together with some of you guys over the next little while and continue to chat. We had done a little bit of work with Ema in the last month or so, and I'm not sure when we'll be able to get together again with her, but once things settle down, we'll be able to do that. And I also tried to reach Eric, but wasn't able to. Again, because schedule been haven't worked out well yet, but we've been good. And thanks.
Thank you, Dwight. Shane and then Lana. Shane, are you available, sir?
Hi,
There we are.
Tommy.
Yeah, give 1 second for me. Kids are yelling in the car, so I'm leaving the car. So,
As long as they're not driving
Anyway.
off without you.
hey, can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Shane Bales, Production, Health, and Performance, getting away from the kids as usual. Anyways, good talk there, Tony, about the referrals. I remember one referral I had from the boss I worked for. Obviously, we're hockey related, so we got a referral from the GM because they're getting so many injuries. And so he wanted to get us so we could get their players in within 24 hours. And I made him a guarantee that we could do that. And after that, we've had a 3-year relationship now, and they keep funneling players. And these players don't come from, next door. They're coming from Smith Falls. They're coming from, Manotick sometimes, and they're coming to see us because we get them better fast. We get good communication. We do a really great job. So those organizations that are willing to have players come in and that are committed to getting better and keeping that team together and keeping injury free, they come see us. So we're really fortunate to have that type of referral program with them, and it continues to this day overall. And I did have a patient come in this week. Not this week, sorry. She's been coming in for a little bit of time. So we've seen her for about five months. Prior to that, she saw another physio for a year before that, and dabbled with some other people even before that. So she had some relentless low back pain that went down into her leg. We were able to basically get her back in 5 months. She told me the other day going, I've seen more results with you in 5 months than I have in the last year and a half. So, and it's been not a super fast progression, but a really good progression. You saw the improvements all the time, and we're getting people better. Had a person come from Orleans because of another referral from somebody that told them about us helping them out, and they're going to Italy, and they had about a week and a half, and he's doing very well, about 85% better too. So we're seeing those people that people have seen others, and we get them better afterwards, probably because of our dedication to details, where things are going better, what tests we use, as well as doing proper dosage, as well as talking to the patient. So our appointments are a little bit longer than most chiropractors, physios. Well, maybe not physios, but chiropractors for sure. We're there for about 20 minutes, half an hour, and we're getting the results that we want, the quality that people are expecting. And we're happy to say that what's the tagline? We see results. So anyways, I hope anyone that's been suffering for a while, give us a call, tell them to come in, and we'll do our best to help them and give them what we think we can do for them. So I'm Dr. Shane Bayless, Proaction Health and Performance. We see your results. Take care, guys.
Shane, thank you so much. And just in putting in the chat, the golf tournament, the links, as well as the Facebook link. And we're going to go over to Lana and then Eric. Lana, over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lana Burnley. I am the residential realtor of the group. And I'm so glad to see Blair Patton on the call because I want to talk a bit about insurance. Now, I talk about what people are to expect when they buy or sell their home. And what happens is that there are the 3 biggest insurance claims on properties, and they are related to water, fire, and theft. And that makes sense, right? And it's my job as your realtor to either determine if you've had any sort of insurance claims prior to putting your house on the market, because we want to know if that has been resolved. And when you are buying a house, want to join. He's saying.
Hang on, there we go. The little voice is gone.
Yeah, we could talk about car insurance, but I can't talk about cars. Well, yeah, I probably could, but so it's my job as your realtor when you're buying a home too to determine if there is any claims on the house related to fire, water, or what was the other one I said? Oh, theft. That's right. Because the neighborhood would determine the theft. When Central Park was first built off of Maryville Road, there was a lot of break-ins there, which is right across from the experimental farm and right beside Caldwell Avenue. So that's okay, Shane. Anyway, so that's one of the very few, the 100,000 things that I do as your realtor is determine if there's been insurance claims on the property, why, and has it been properly resolved? Okay, Lana Burnley, your residential realtor. I'm owner and realtor of Solid Rock Realty. Bye.
Lana, thank you so much. And just a quick note about the summer hiatus with east trade winds. And over to Eric and then Ema. Eric, over to you, sir.
Good morning. Eric Sonego of the accounting firm Eric Sonego Professional Group. We're accountants and management consultants, and we are ready for you, Dwight, whenever you want to get here. We are located in Canada, and we specialize in small and medium-sized companies. We also do taxes for people who find the process challenging, and that means that today people who can go to I think Staples and buy a tax program don't need an accountant. So nobody that comes to us is that kind of person. People who come to us, well, the woman that was here yesterday or last week rather, came to my office, put her hands on her head and said, "Get this headache out of me." And I said to her, "You've come to the right place." That's what we do. That's what we specialize in. Our tagline is we bring reason to numbers and numbers to reason, and that's why we have that tagline. Everything else about me is on the chat line.
Eric, I never thought of you as an exorcist, but that's kind of cool. Over to Ema, and then Norm.
Good morning, everybody. I am Ima. I'm a commercial photographer. What I'm looking for are clients that are looking to photograph their content or their products or their services. And then once we take the photograph, we use these photographs to create their marketing collateral. I also have a printing company, so that in there we can print all the way from business cards all the way to outdoor signs or banners or stand-up banners or that type of stuff, things that you need to be able to create your marketing collateral. My background is photography and graphic arts, so I can put things together in terms of, from a logo to all the way to your photography. So if you have anybody that is looking for something like that and they don't even know what type of logo do they need or anything like that or color schemes, I can help them with that. Thank you.
Ema, thank you so much. And over to Norm and then Sam. Go ahead, Norm.
Norm Boyer, Boys Home Maintenance and Repair. There's times we can fix stuff and times that we can't. I canceled an appointment today because it is raining. I can't fix your door when it's raining, right? So Boys have a lot of skills to fix and repair homes, but we're limited to weather. Like last week, when that really hot weather, we didn't get much physical work done. We got some other work done, but not physical work. When we do glass replacements, there's certain glasses that we have to replace in warmer weather. For instance, if it has inside stops, we can remove the glass from inside. We can do that in the middle of a snowstorm. But if it's outside stop where we have to pull the glass to the outside, we can't remove those stops because they get brittle and break in cold weather. And as far as full window replacements, we are telling our customers now, your last commitment day is the end of July because we don't do full window replacements when we have to wear gloves. When we have to wear gloves, the weather stripping, the caulking doesn't work as good, the foam doesn't work as good, and we don't work as good. We make a mess when we're coming in, whether it's wet or snowy weather. So if you have a honey-do list, if you need to upgrade your windows, Boys Home Ministry Repair, call us now while there's men who know how. Boys Home Maintenance and Repair.
Norm, thank you so much. Sam and then Renee. Sam, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie. Good morning, everyone. Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca. There's my contact information in the chat. Most of you should know what I do, and that's dash cameras. That's my specialty, little device like this, and maybe another lens in the back of your car to keep track of things just in case you have an accident or someone hits your car in a parking lot and takes off on you. Records all kinds of information, including the license plate and the make and model of the car that may have hit you. I do a job where my specialty is to hide all the wires, make sure that there's nothing dangling down, and the dash camera comes on and off in the car automatically. You don't have to plug it in and take it out and worry about your battery dying. Also do minor repairs, oil changes, and brake jobs. These days I'm doing car detailing. In fact, I confirmed 2 just this morning, car detailings on vehicles. So if you need your car cleaned, give me a call and we can arrange something for you. Besides that, let's see, dams wise, well, first I want to thank Lana Burnley for her Google review. Lana, I haven't been able to reply back to you on that yet. For some reason, electronically, I can't get my reply going, but I'm going to keep working on it. And thank you again for your patronage and getting your dash camera up and running. Besides that, I just confirmed the car detailing with one of our other members, Q. That's going to happen in the early part of July. That's it for me, Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca. Today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle and a heck of a lot more.
Sam, thank you so much. Rene, over to you, sir.
Yes, hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rene Fonocho. I'm from Fonolife. So we run an online we sell tires and rings, and currently we're working to get to onboard a good number of sellers, wholesalers, and retailers on board our platform. So that's good. It's quite a busy season for us. So we also so what we do, well, we sell those, and then we make our platform available for free for anyone that wants to sell online. So that's pretty much what we do. So if you look at the sell online, if you look at the source materials at wholesale at retail values, you can always reach out to us, and we can see if we have those suppliers on our platform, and we can make. So that is it from me.
Rene, thank you so much. So my name is Bernie Fransgroot. What do? I connect businesses. I meet people, bit of a business concierge. Got a podcast called Knack for Business. I interview people about their business world. You know, from their point of origin to what advice they have to offer. Also involved with the Property Wizard podcast. And recently, in another venture, I'm also involved with a company called Clean Shield Solutions. We just launched a website last month or two, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Does it, is there anything that's missing? And it's all about a dry fogger that pushes out a disinfectant that goes in the air, doesn't kill you, doesn't kill your plants, doesn't kill your kids, regardless how you feel about your kids. And just disinfects, goes after mold, spores, bacteria, fungus. Great as a deodorizer too, apparently, as a sidebar effect. And I'm going to stop there because you know what? We have a special guest, Blair Patton, and Blair's got, he's going to talk about the world of insurance from the perspective of benefits. And you know what, Blair? I'm over to you because otherwise I'm stealing your thunder.
Oh, that's Bernie, that's fine. If I can just echo before I start, your BAM meetings, just as an outsider looking in, these are fantastic, and I encourage everyone to do this because when I have meetings with my clients or they will always ask me, do you know a real estate agent? Do you know an accountant? Hey, I've got an event coming up. Do you know a caterer? So if you have those connections, you simply say, you should talk to this person. Again, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but it's amazing now how it cements your relationship with your client if you give them that referral. Hey, you came from Blair or Sam or Bernie, and it just kind of helps cement your relationship. So if I may, I encourage you to do those meetings. And if I may, I'm just going to share my screen here with this. So Let me just get this out of the way. So it is Benchmark Insurance is the name of the company. My name is Blair Patton, and I'm the president and CEO of the company. We are a niche insurance agency. So that means we only do 3 particular products. So it is personal and corporate life insurance, critical illness protection, and employee benefits solutions. So this is my contact information, telephone number, email address, and of course our website. I believe it was Benjamin Franklin who said there are only 2 guarantees in life, which are death and taxes, correct? However, there's actually 5. There are taxes, and even when you die, you're still going to be paying taxes. There's a guarantee that somewhere in your life, be it for a day, a week, or years, you will be disabled because of an accident or a sickness. There's also the opportunity somewhere in your lifetime that you'll probably have a critical illness, a cancer, a heart attack, stroke, Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, kidney failure, things like that. Somewhere guaranteed you will retire, be it 35, 65, or 95. You'll go, yeah, I think I'm done. And then obviously at some point you will be done. So if the thought is, okay, I need to potentially protect myself through these 5 different things, and if you think well, insurance is the way to go, then you have to ask yourself, what do you do? And truly, how do you move forward? And the easiest way is to ask yourself some very personal questions. So number 1, if it's insurance, is will I medically qualify? And that is the biggest thing. You may have millions upon millions of dollars, but if you don't medically qualify, the insurance companies are not going to give you the coverage. Or they will, but they're going to charge you a tremendous amount more than quote unquote normal, healthy people. The other is, again, do you have the budget to do what you want? You may want or need $10 million worth of life insurance, for an example, but do you have the budget to be able to afford that? And really, this is the essence of insurance is, are you willing to trade a little bit of money today for security for you and your family tomorrow? And that's really what it is. Here's a little bit of money today. If something occurs, the insurance company gives you a tremendous amount of money to help you through your situation. And here are basically 2 of the questions that I get a lot when it comes to insurance is, how much do I need? What is it going to cost? So in terms of life insurance, what we suggest is having a benefit amount equal to about 10 times your annual gross income. That's typically the right starting point, because what you want to be looking at is replacing 10 years of your salary for your family's ongoing needs of mortgage, childcare, education, retirement planning. So if you take the emotion away from insurance and just look at it from a business perspective of, okay, if my salary is not there for 10 years, what happens to these, if you will, employees, which are your family? So you want to replace that 10 years. So, which brings the question of, what does this cost? Well, if you're a 40-year-old female, 10-year term, $1 million benefit is $36 per month. So about $1.20 a day. If you're a 40-year-old male, it's about $1.71 a day. Now, these are at the very low end. Obviously, things can go higher than that, but just as the low end, just to kind of give you an idea. The next, again, as we talked about, is critical illness protection. And some people say, okay, critical illness protection, what is it? It's kind of an interesting topic, interesting conversation, because people understand life insurance. Passes away, money goes to the family or to the business or whatever the case may be. With critical illness, this gives you money while you're still alive. This money you can do whatever you want with. It's fantastic. And here are about 26 different covered conditions for critical illness. Some insurance companies have a couple more, some have a couple less, but these are primarily the key coverages that are associated with critical illness. And I just want to highlight these 6 in particular. That's life-threatening cancer, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, stroke, heart attack, and kidney failure. And the reason I want to highlight those is those are the 6 most claimed conditions when it comes to critical illness. And some people go, okay, why is critical illness important? The latest estimate is 1 in 2.5 people will be diagnosed with a serious health condition. So there's 12 people on this call. You're all business people. I'm pretty sure you can all probably do the math on this. So again, 1 in 2.5 people. So when we ask the question here, what is the right benefit amount when it comes to critical illness? Generally, what we suggest is about 18 months of your income. And the reason for that is the average time that someone is away from work because of a critical condition is about 18 months. Now, I've had clients who, here's a perfect example. 2 weeks ago, person came back, he's 41, he has a 1-year-old, he had a heart attack April 4th. And I saw him last week. You would never know this person had a heart attack at all. I also have clients who 2 years after the event, they're not going back to work anytime soon, which leads us to employee benefits. Now, if you have an employee benefits program, most of the time you have a long-term disability. Most of the time with long-term disability, you have two caveats. One is that it has a capped benefit amount of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 based on your income, whether you're self-employed or whether you have 2 employees or 22 or 22,000 employees. There's generally a cap on that. That cap may be far less than what your actual take-home pay is. So you may want to look at adding something there. The other is most long-term disability programs have about a 180-day elimination period. So basically that means from the time of the event, 180 days later, that is when you get your first check. It's 180 days, or if you prefer 26 weeks or 6.5 months between an event and something occurring. With a critical illness policy, typically it's paid within 30 days. So you get this money very quickly, comes to you tax-free. What do you need to do? I need to make sure that my mortgage is paid, my bills are paid, things are taken care of. That's the benefit of having a critical illness policy. If something occurs, you need money very, very quickly, and it kind of helps out that. So again, in terms of pricing, again, we know it's 1 in 2.5 people. Estimate about 18 months worth of your income. So if you're a 40-year-old female, a 10-year term of $100,000 benefit is $47.07 a month, or about $1.57 a day. And if you're male, it's about $1.51 a day for that. So overall cost for your protection, so $1 million of life insurance, $100,000 of critical illness protection. If you're a 40-year-old female, you're looking at $2.77 a day. If you're a male, $3.22 a day. So when people think of insurance, sometimes they go, I can't afford this, or this isn't going to make economic sense. If something like that can be fit in, which you probably have heard people say, oh, it's just for the cost of a cup of coffee. Well, as you can see, it really is for about the price of a cup of coffee to be able to protect yourself, to give you money if you need it, to be able to protect your family if you're not there for them. So if you are self-employed, if you have a business, by all means, please protect yourself first. Critical illness protection and life insurance, because protecting your income and your family's future is absolutely paramount. So again, take care of yourself first, because you are the driving force behind your business. So again, my name is Blair Patton, Benchmark Insurance Limited. Here's my contact information, and I'm just going to stop sharing the screen and come back. If you have any questions, be more than happy to answer. And if not, again, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you this morning.
Blair, thank you. Are there any questions for Blair? Is it ever too late to start?
Never too late to start.
Go ahead,
I
Lana.
have I have the inevitable question, which I ask everybody that I know who does disability. Is it possible for, let's say, just hypothetically, a woman 61 years old who's had cancer 3 times already in her life to get any sort of disability or critical illness insurance?
So let me answer that by asking a question. Is this potential 61-year-old woman, is she incorporated in her business?
No, she's not incorporated.
Would this potential 61-year-old woman be interested in incorporating her business?
Uh, at the moment, she's unable to do that.
Okay. So there is a way around. So if you are self-employed, you have an corporation, then you can get benefits through your corporation. So, because most of the time, if someone has had cancer, normally the window is about 7 to 10 years after the event that they can get coverage. Yeah, so normally that's the case. It may be a bit reduced. The insurance companies may go, if it's, for the sake of argument, if it was breast cancer, okay, we'll give you the coverage for cancer. We're going to exclude this particular cancer, but you can still get coverage for others.
Oh, that's okay. This woman doesn't have boobies, so it's good.
I don't know how to respond, but yay.
Just nod your head going, yep, good one. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I know. I've got to add some levity to the Monday morning.
Right. Yeah, I know. It's Monday morning. Let's all talk about life insurance. Yeah. Yay, let's do it. But no, but in all seriousness, yeah, if there are insurance companies that will specialize. If someone has had previous health issues, they will specialize in at least giving a little bit of coverage. Being that I do insurance, I'm a firm believer in insurance. Obviously, it's what I do, but I'm also a firm believer that it has to make economic sense. So if it makes economic sense and you need this, great. I've told many people, please don't take this insurance because you're going to be paying more than you will ever get for a benefit amount. It just doesn't make sense. So the best way to do it, if that's the situation for someone, is let's just run the numbers and just see what they say, short term, long term. It's the easiest way to do it.
Good answer. Okay, that's encouraging. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a quick question, Blair. Your company is Benchmark Insurance. So who underwrites it? Is it a bigger company that underwrites the? So sometimes it might be Mutual or MetLife or something. Who underwrites the overall?
Fantastic. So we're a brokerage, which means we're brokers. So basically, we have access to all of the insurance companies for their particular product. So the name is not. We are not a quote unquote insurance company. We're an insurance brokerage. So.
Okay.
Very good question.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So again, it depends on the insurance company that makes the most sense for the client, be it MetLife, be it Manulife, be it Sun Life, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
So Blair, another quick question for you. You mentioned incorporation. So other than a individual being incorporated, but let's say someone has a team, would it make sense then to have this service offered as an employer to the team, and does it provide benefits? Does it provide yield for both the company and the employees and coverage?
It's a fantastic question because employee benefits in particular is, in many cases, it's a great attraction tool and also a great retention tool. Because if you want to grow your team from 2 to 10 to whatever the case may be, now one of the very first questions that that prospective employees are asking is, what do you have for a benefits plan? Because they understand this, especially after going through COVID. A lot of people, a lot of companies didn't offer employee benefits. So that's one of the things that they're asking. So if you can say, we have this particular plan, it's part of your total compensation package, here's what you have, and at least like a one-page sheet. I've done this for my clients. Here's the one-page sheet of here's what we're offering. I have one client that they have probably about 70% of their employees, English is not their first language. So what we've done is gone to a language translation company in Ottawa, as a matter of fact, and went, okay, I need this one sheet of all the listings in these 6 different languages so that all the employees know, oh, I have vision care and it's $250 every 2 years, or my prescription medication is $5,000 every 2 years. or every year sort of thing, so that they understand and they really appreciate it coming in their native language. So it's a nice touch point for the employees that the company is actually looking after them and caring about them and respecting them and their language. So yeah, and again, that the ROI on having that for a business, even if you're 2 employees, it's beneficial for you, my humble opinion.
Thank you, Blair. Are there any other questions?
Blair, as a brokerage, if somebody approaches you, I know you specialize, you said, in the medical part of it, the critical illness and so on, but has anybody still ever approached you for home and auto type insurance, like a totally different category, but you sort of stay in your specialty?
All of the time, yes.
All the
All of the time, which is fine, because I recognized this long ago, because the area, again, life insurance, critical illness, employee benefits, that's where that is my passion. That is where I feel I bring the most value. But what I've done is I've vetted other brokerages, other insurance companies. So if someone says I need on a commercial property, I need commercial insurance, general liability, I will refer them to people that I have personally vetted, know that they're going to do a good job. More importantly, that they're going to follow up with them quickly. As your physiotherapist said, we offer 24 hours. I make sure that these people get in touch within 24 hours, because especially if it's commercial, something has occurred that you need to talk to a commercial insurance agent right away. Same way with home and auto. Typically, people will not think about their home and auto until they get a letter in the mail saying, guess what? Your auto insurance is going up in 3 weeks and it's going to be a 30% jump. What do I do? So yeah, I will refer people to companies that I have personally vetted, know that they're going to do a good job for you. Much like I'm sure Lana, if she has someone who's can do a good mortgage for someone, she'll probably refer that to someone. And we also, the other is with real estate agents. I work with a number of real estate agents in particular, because some people, they'll go, okay, you need a mortgage, but please don't take mortgage insurance, because all you're doing is basically paying the bank. You're protecting the bank's money rather than protecting your family. And there's a big difference between mortgage insurance and life insurance. Huge difference.
Yeah.
So, as an example.
Blair, thank you so much for presenting today.
Thank you very much for the time.
I'm just going to cap us off with a quick quote for the day. If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you'll have to settle for the ordinary. Jim Rohn.
Cool. I got a note from Dave Beliveau regarding the lunch on July the 10th, and he says willing to do it, but he needs at least 15 people that like meat.
Or people have an appetite of 15 people showing up.
He says it doesn't matter. It could be part of the group or anyone in the other groups or visitors or whatever. So he says he's got to thaw out $170 brisket, and he doesn't want to do it for 5 people. So anyway, yeah. So
he's worried about leftovers.
I don't think there will be any leftovers. Not the way Dave cooks.
Sorry.
Well, if there's only 7 people, we can bring doggy bags and bring some home.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Norm, sorry. You won't have to worry about a doggy bag, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Sam, Bernie, and I think we can polish off about 1/4 of it at least, or almost half.
Yeah, we'll just starve the day before.
Yeah. Anyway, he just wanted to say he'd like to get about at least a dozen people or so, or 15 would be good. So we'll work on that. So it's not for a couple of weeks yet, and the link is on the page, and then you can register for that. So even though it's in the East group, anyone can come. So you're all invited.
So are you, Blair. Come on in.
Oh, all right.